Welcome, Flames of the Divine. And and it's been a couple weeks since we've last ended, and and, and well, a lot of us are relieved, I think, to be starting up again. And so, without further ado, let's begin.
So before
After the
we begin really quick, just a few things you should know. Followers of Mayhem has two sequels. We have Flames of the Divine, which is on now, and we have Fractures of Reality, which will be on in 3 hours from now. So you'll be following two different groups as they journey through Norheen. And just wanted to clear that up in case you got confused with some people not being here and all that. Alright, you can begin.
after the mess that happened in the Dragon City, the followers of Mayhem and all went their separate ways. So, some returned to their immortal lives, some became gods, and some just disappeared from history. But we're not worried about them right now. Moving 200 years into the future and thousands of miles to the east, we come across a different land, and one with strange beasts and people people not found in other parts of Norheim. We zoom in, and on a small town outside the at Old Lundruck, the largest city in the east. We zoom in on a young red-headed satyr. The town is undergoing a harvest festival at this time, and folks are eating lots of their livestock after the harvest, giving offerings to the god as thanks, and generally just chilling out after a long autumn's work. CeeLo writes, what are you doing at the moment?
Because it's a festival, and she would likely have set up a very, very small, like, run-of-the-mill kind of shop. She would try to do some fortunes for the past buyers who are trying to enjoy the festival. Maybe some love readings or just regular readings in general. Something that gets her a little bit of coin to start off with.
Yes, this is a small town. It's not as big as organized as something you might find in the East. It's not okay. What is just say? It's not one of those huge carnivals that we have seen in previous games. But that is not to say. But that's not to say that they have nothing. One. Okay, let's say a farmer comes up and just ups in fortune teller up. How much? He's like a dwarf. Looks about middle aged. It's just he's a farmer.
I gotcha. So looks over to the dwarf, and it's dwarf, you said, right? Just making sure.
How much?
It'll be about 3 silver, just for a reading.
And expensive reading. Okay, to clarify, 3 silver in this world is the equivalent of about $45.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, I went and looked it up, and we and we have been playing under a hyperinflated system. Something.
Okay.
Again, Mayhem was a small enclosed group of refugees that all came from a much bigger nation.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna probably say about 3 copper. Does that sound reasonable?
Plus,
Three
every
copper.
game does it a little
Yeah.
differently, you know?
Yeah. Okay. He hands you the 3 copper. And by the way, you should note that if this is going to be a tarot reading, I should know that I, in real life, have no idea how tarot cards work. So this is all going to be you.
Oh, I agree. And I did a little bit of studying off. I'm gonna do it off of a game I normally play a lot, so it might be not completely accurate. But I do have. So she holds out her hand for him to shuffle a deck.
One moment while I roll something. He shuffles it very thoroughly.
Okay. Now that your hands have shuffled it, this will be determined of your fate. And then she pulls out 3 cards from the top deck of the deck he shuffled. And she did not cut it, she did not touch it, she did not meddle with it. She places them on the side in a row. First, she goes to the first one, to the very left of it. This will demonstrate to me what your passes look like. This is just to make sure I'm looking into the right person in particular, and just making sure this is reading of your fate.
Alright.
Is actually inspiration. It's the Ace of Wands. This card in particular tells me that you are always motivated to do your part in the world, or you were in the past. You were inspiring. You loved what you did, but you wanted to do more. You always yearned to do more for it. Does this sound like you at all, mister?
I always wanted to be more than a farmer. But it, and like, he looks really sad right now.
No. Alright, no worries, mister. That was the past, but let's look into the present, okay? So she flips over the next card. And it showed. Okay, so the card that I drew off of it, it shows the 3 shields, but in the reverse setting. She frowns at this when she says the name of the card. It shows that you're in financial instability, that you're not doing so well right now. You might be struggling to make ends meet sometimes.
Okay, one moment while I'm writing stuff down right now. Like, he looks actually kind of embarrassed about this one. This, like, roll insight on. Go ahead, and roll insight on him.
Alrighty. Oh, I guess I need to undo that, but yeah, that's that roll.
Yeah, 12.
Yep.
Okay. He looks like he doesn't really want to talk about it.
Okay.
A player role's being whispered.
Yeah, I took it off.
Want me to make sure that's not on... I'll check other sheets really quick while you guys do that. Make sure it's not a thing.
Why? I thought I told you to get out of DM mode.
I'm not in DM mode. I'm on the music so that I can play music because you haven't been playing music.
Yeah, well.
Do you want me to quickly go into their sheets and check that none of them are whispered? While you roleplay.
Could everyone do it themselves?
Okay. Fine. Continue.
Anyway, like, yeah, he's hiding something right now. Like, you're not really sure what, but it's very And
Okay. Scylla lowers her gaze for a moment as she flips over the last card. This is a very simple time spread. This just shows me a general idea of your future, mister. And according to the last card, if the first two were accurate, then the last card shows me. I gotta do math here. I hate it. Okay, got it. It shows me eventually, in the future, what holds out for you. This could be near or far, but you will get public recognition for your hard work, confidence, and you'll feel better overall about your life. That your work will pay off. And it's the Ace of Hammers if you ever want to ask questions about it.
All right, like he looks like that. He doesn't look entirely. He doesn't look entirely comforted by that.
Oh no! What did he do?
Go ahead and roll it again.
Alrighty. Oh, okay.
He'll be fine. He rolled an 8.
Okay. Well, that is the reading for the day, mister. I hope that helps you in your travels. Or in your settlement.
Alright. Oh. Okay, so I kind of want. And then like after like a couple more minutes on kid, and then a kid shows up. Like a kid shows up. Like it's like a very young. Like a very young Minotaur calf, let's say.
Aww.
Oh, okay, how can I help you?
Can I have my fortune told, please?
Sure thing. It'll be 3 copper.
He kind of has to rummage around in his pockets for it a bit. But like he just pulls it out, and then so what are you gonna do now? I don't know how a young I don't know how a Minotaur child would sound.
Good try. Silo hands over cautiously at first, hands over her deck for him to shuffle. I just need you to shuffle this, and I can do a reading for you right away, mister. Or young lad.
He pulls that. Okay, he pull. It sits there in his, well, still a very young Minotaur, but he's like by the standards of like any other species, he's still quite large. So like the deck sits there in his like big, his huge meaty hands.
Oh no!
And then like he's doing his best to shuffle them. Like I'm gonna go ahead and roll. I'm gonna go ahead and roll. I'll sleight of hand to see how this goes.
Oh please don't ruin my deck! I just got it.
Okay, that's a -1, so 16. he decides not to try and be careful, so he just like pulls out this leather sack he's got, just tosses the cards in, and just like shakes it really hard.
Oh my god! Silo's like expression looks pained when she sees this.
and then he hands it back. Does that work?
Technically, I suppose it does. And then she like collects the pile of flipped and over cards and just rummages everywhere and just tries to neatly organize it back into a deck.
Yeah, I'm guessing like trying to. Because I get like I assume you're like keeping your eyes. I suppose where you do that so you don't see any of the cards.
She would actually have to open her eyes to look at them. I get where you're trying to go with that, but she would actually be very cautious at this point, so she would actually have to look over and make sure he dropped all her cards in the.
That's fair. Well, like out of character, how much would that interfere with the reading if like you saw what they were, if she saw what they were in advance?
It would actually botch the entire reading.
Oh dear.
She's gonna lie her way out of this one. So organizes all the cards again. She barely opens her eyes. She's trying to hide that she's keeping them closed even, and making sure she even counts them almost. But she organizes them all back into the deck, and she looks back to the minute. Or no, she gazed like, you know, then she pulls out 3 cards. This will be a time spread. So basically in this aspect, I'm going to look into your past, present, and future. Is that okay?
Okay.
She's a little bit frazzled from that.
Hold on, you're breaking up a bit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
One moment. Okay. Say again.
Say the entire thing again.
Just from when you started, from after you shuffled it.
Okay. She looks back. Well, you know, she turns her head back. She's trying to keep her eyes closed still, and still on the deck of cards after she organized all of it. And then she places 3 in a row again, like she did before. And then she asks the Minotaur, "Would you like for me to read your past and future? Is that okay?"
Okay.
Okay. So I'm not even gonna roll for this. I'm just going to say 3.
All right. In that
She's
case,
draw-
I will take notes on this one.
Okay. She draws the Ace of Wands on the first card. It's almost like she predicted this. And then she says, "This shows me your past. Basically, you were inspiration again, and you always have like a good, kind soul to venture out into the world and maybe even to see and learn new things, be creative. It starts somewhere, you know."
And like he's just stands there like rapt attention, like he's just like nodding.
She then flips over a card in reverse. It's called the Ace of Swords. She repeats the name of the Ace of Swords. In this position right here, it goes in line with confusion, as if you are not entirely sure what you're doing, but this is your present, by the way. I'm sorry, I should start from the beginning. You're going to try and look for a way to understand what's going on with the world.
He's still just smiling and nodding. Tell that a lot of this is kind of going over his head, but he's doing his best to understand it.
He's trying so hard.
He's a little trooper.
And the last card she flips over is in the normal position. It's called the Three of Spears. Three of Spears. It's illusion, fantasy. It's your creative mind would lead you into great and explorations.
And like he goes wide eyed, like, oh.
At this point, I would offer to get paid more, but I just can't do it. He's a kid. So just nods very slowly and like sage-like almost before she would motion. Go out there and find your dream.
All right, and he just runs off.
I'm gonna see how damaged my cards are now.
Yeah. Now, a little while passes, and one more guy I approach this, I think, before we'll focus on someone else. It says, he's a high elf. It's a high elf man. Like blonde, green eyes, got a beard, looks middle aged, although it's pretty hard to tell with elves.
Right.
And then fortune teller. Been a while since I've seen one of them, and actually I've got a picture of him right here. Moment. Here he is.
Okay.
My name's Anatar. My name's Anatar. What's your name, young lady?
My name is Silo from the White family, the Wright family.
Out of character. That's out of character. Thank God, I now know how to pronounce it. But in character, and a fortune teller. Well, I won't say no. How much?
Be simply 3 copper to do a basic reading. But if you want to do a little more of a deeper reading, we can go for 5 copper.
Oh, that sounds interesting. And he hands you the 5 copper.
Okay. All right, and this copper.
No, but just interacting with this guy, you get a funny feeling at the back of your head. And roll insight real fast.
Okay.
It's nothing.
That's nothing.
Yeah, but anyway, so go ahead.
Alrighty. So with this kind of reading, I would ask if you want to ask. I would ask you to ask a question to me about what you want me to look into. This could be a recent dream. This could be a person, or this could even just be an item that you like to know more about. Do a basic reading on that, and that's what this is more of a unique kind of reading for. So, what would you like me to look into?
How specific do I have to get?
The more narrow you become, the more accurate, basically, is what she will say. So it depends on the person. It can be very generic if you want it to be.
Not with how my current endeavors will go.
Okay, that sounds good. Silo then motions him to her deck and asks for him to do a quick shuffle, a cut, anything he likes to do. Just a way to manipulate the cards.
All right. So you want to know what you're saying?
I want him to like cut it. If you can just shuffle or cut the deck at all, that will give me an idea of what the question in relationship to the fortune would be.
Okay. Let me go ahead and switch him to Whisper because apparently all my NPCs are set to don't Whisper. It's annoying. Okay. I'm gonna roll sleight of hand for him, because I guess that's what the roll would be. So he's proficient sleight of hand, so just exp. 18.
Okay. She then takes the cards back where she motioned him to set it back into, so she can rest her hand on it. And then she opens, or not opens, but she flips over the first card. It is the Ace of Cups, and that is front. So, interesting. This tells me your past with your endeavors. It leads to compassion and creativity. It's a little bit odd for this one. So, you love someone or something a very long time ago, or recently. Is this anything in relation to your endeavors?
It would not be. It would not. It would not be inaccurate.
Alrighty.
One
The more I read it.
Down then, wait, before you continue, one moment while I write something. Something down real fast.
Do you want the website I'm using to actually read these cards, by the way?
Send it to me later. Right now, I'm just taking notes.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Because I know you're taking notes, so I didn't know if that'll help you or not.
Yeah, like this isn't notes on what they're getting. It's I'm writing down notes on what it all means for them.
Ah, okay. Okay. Next, I'm looking into the obstacle. What would stop you from pursuing, or what's your current opposer, so to say? And then she flips over the next card. And the next card is going to be 2 wands flipped over. So this shows me the 2 wands. This shows fear of the unknown. You're unsure of what is going to happen whenever you pursue your dreams or whatever you're going for. Whatever that might be, your goal. Just general terms of fear. Whoa.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Something popped up.
Okay. Hey. Interesting. I mean, yeah, I can see that. Continue. This is honestly quite fascinating.
I try. I've been doing this for a little bit in RPs and games. Oh,
roll
silly.
side again on this guy.
Well, insight? Okay.
Yeah.
I still need a better insight.
You're not a great judge of character.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Uh,
There seems nothing unusual about this guy at all. Just some elf. He just gave you money, so you're not gonna think too hard about it.
I always found that funny about this character. But okay. I see the back time now. Do one more roll. 2. Okay. Next is the card that's going to show me the reason you're asking. question. This shows your curiosity of what I do, or this could just be another reason why you pose this particular question. And then she flipped over the card. And the card, she says once more, is the Two of Shields. It's divine. It means adaptability and time management. You're either struggling with this or you already have a good amount of it and you're trying to figure out where to go from here. You're always thinking on your feet. You're always questioning and learning more about it. But you are willing to change depending on the dime or on the coin in particular. Like I am doing PR. Oh, see, I am doing PR NG on this, so sometimes it's hard for me to go on the fly with this.
Right. And I understand. and I mean, that's a fairly flattering way of saying I'm not really sure how to do it.
So shows a small frown at that. She's, I guess, if she's trying to focus on the reading a little bit hard now. Lastly, one more card I can do, and that's just going to be the future. What the reason, or not the reason, I should say, the answer to your question.
The juicy part.
All right. And she chimes with a little bit of ring to her tone before she flips over the last card. And the last card shows... Oh boy. So, again, I am doing PRNG, Celia, but she shows it, and it's the Five of Spears. This, and the position is reversed. She frowns at this, and she has a worried look to her almost. She then repeats what the card says. Despair. It's not going to go well in your favor.
And that's well,
maybe fortune doesn't favor the current path you're leading, mister.
Well, with any luck, it'll change its mind, I guess.
I do believe fate can always change, but it's just depending on certain circumstances. Maybe that can happen to you as well.
Oh, here's hoping. And he tips you an extra 3 gold.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. Now, he winks at you and walks out the door. Now, I'd like you to roll one last insight check. Heck on the guy. I was about to say, okay, this is enough that I'm actually going to roll against it. What a nice, friendly man!
Oh, god dang it!
I'm sorry, he rolled a nat 20. Yeah, I have to say, and as you watch him go, we're going to shift to another character. I have to say, I was not expecting him to be the first character I showed you, but improv leads to this sort of thing.
Alrighty.
And so, now we shift over to another part of this small town where a a young Genasi is presumably dancing. I assume that's what you're doing, Evan.
Yes, on a stage. Listen, where clearly foreign music is played. A young Air Genasi bard is dancing to the crowd.
Well, it's not a very elaborate stage. It's like just a few boards kind of thrown together, and it's not a very big crowd. Yeah, so I guess go ahead and roll a performance check.
Okie dokie.
Not bad.
Sweet.
And so yeah, like you get a good bit of applause, and like let's say one moment while I roll something. 10 silver tossed at you.
Heaven bows.
Yeah.
And continues to dance.
And well, actually, your turn. Well, actually, like the next people, people are up. Like it's the next one is like this, like like a local tavern keeper is like wheeling out of a piano of all things, and hauling it up to the stage. It's a very old piano, not very well taken care of. He probably shouldn't be bringing it outside the bar, but that is what he is doing. and he starts playing, and you get the sense that he's trying to show you up or impress you, one of the two.
Heaven is feeling competitive, especially since.
Let's see what he rolls.
Alright.
He doesn't get nearly as much applause.
Shall I perform again?
Go ahead. Yeah, you. Hey, take another two like you get another 2 silver. Like you're just styling all over this guy. Like you've been sniping at the two of you have been kind of sniping at each other all day. Now, okay. Now, one moment while I write some stuff down.
I say at this point, Heaven takes a drink of a canteen she has nearby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's full of wine because it's the Harvest Festival, and this wine is very strong.
And here I was going for water.
You thought it was water?
Yes.
In that case, you're gonna have to roll a con save because this is ancient Greek style wine, and it's supposed to be mixed with water before you drink it. But you're fine. Yeah, you get like one go, one you meant to a gulp, but you start with the sip, and oh god, that's strong. Yeah, and then you grab the correct canteen after that.
As soon as Seven finishes her drink, she looks to her opponent with a look that says, "Care to try again?"
And like, he huffs and tries again. This guy ain't a quitter. Oh, like, he does his best, but he just can't seem to match you.
Okay, we out of character. Were you able to see that roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like I know. Like, yeah, your performance. Okay, now your performance. This one doesn't get as much applause. Like, as like your act is like beginning to lose its exotic value because they've seen it a few times now.
Which is strange because this is Seven's first night in town.
Well, yeah, but like you've been doing like the same performance like basically all day is the thing.
Well, perhaps.
But and then he closes you off with, and like, I think he actually gets booed for this last one. And because he just keeps he's obviously giving you the stink eye, and it is very much affecting his performance.
Off the stage, nerd.
Like so he looks around and gets off the stage. So yeah, that guy's got a grudge now.
So Heaven's gonna take a bit of a break, but she decides to end the performance with dancing lights and have them, fly around, mesmerizing the crowd.
Like the crowd all goes, ooh. And then like one of them, and then like one guy says, "Hey, that's just a cantrip," and then another guy like punches him. Like they look like they've had more of a like somewhat more upper class as than a lot of the people here. Like, just like I don't know, a couple of rich kids from the city come out of the sticks.
Heaven just ignores them and just bows to the impressed crowd, taking the high road and deciding to take a break to enjoy the festival.
All right, like, yeah, like, okay, now, Rudian and Talos, I believe, we shift to others part of the festival. Rudian and Talos, I believe you two are companions starting out already.
Yep, we are.
Yep.
Well, then we zoom in on you two. What are you two doing?
Well,
if you can't think of anything, there are eating and cooking contests as well. That's what I could think of off the top of my head.
Well, after procuring a room for them for the night, Rudy will.
As you head out, the innkeeper comes back in looking really pissed. And you have no idea why. He doesn't seem to acknowledge you right now.
Did we still get our room?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, after we procure a room for the night, Rudy will follow Talos out and then look over to him and say, "Well, the day is yours."
Oh, well, very generous of you. Let's see now. Certainly a lively little festival, isn't it?
And, and, yeah, like you know that, yeah, like Talos, you know this festival's got something to do with gods. You kind of started just tuning out the explanation after that.
Sorry if
Yeah,
you
like-
guys can hear music in the background on stream, by the way. You on Discord won't hear it, but those on stream might.
But yeah, the mere mention of gods, he just tuned it out.
Yeah. Well,
But yeah, Talos, he kind of goes for a typical thing. And is it like a strongman test around here, or?
There's like nothing too carnival-y, but like there's like a log tossing game. Like you actually
just-
one moment. Well, I pull something up. You actually see a large, very well dressed Goliath man and taking a go right now.
All right. Well, seeing
Yeah,
that.
Hold
Sorry,
on.
go ahead.
Yeah, like, and let me see. So yeah, so he just actually, did I say log tossing? Wait, wrong thing. I meant like there's some like there's like javelin throwing and discus stuff. Gotta remember where I am. But like anyway, you see this Goliath like hurling a discus, and let's see how he does. He gets it pretty damn far. So yeah, there's discus hurling and javelin throwing are the two I can think of right now. There's also like there's also like a boxing pit.
Talos's ears actually do perk up at seeing the boxing pit, but he decides to do a bit of a warm up with the discus and javelin.
All right. Yeah, but anyway, by the way, the Goliath you saw, he looks like this.
Certainly well dressed.
Yep.
But yeah, so yeah, pretty much this little over 7 foot tall Leonin just comes up to the discus and decides to have a go. He gets a feeling for a discus, chooses a particularly weighty one, and he rallies up and he tries to give it a toss.
Okay, roll athletics.
Ideally, I'm good with this, so...
Yeah. You clear the entire field. There's like some pretty impressed gasps from the crowd.
Talos is just looking at it going, he says, maybe I should have picked a heavier one.
I think it's more you're just freakishly strong.
Maybe. He actually gives kind of a proud smile at that.
Once you're done wrestling, you might want to do the eating contest. It's gonna be cheaper than the inn.
True.
Actually, all store prices are discounted today because of the festival.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. So probably not. Well, actually, yeah, it is because entering the eating contest is free.
But yeah, after that, Talos just kind of like pats the guy on the shoulder and he says, "Hey, you still did pretty well."
Thank you. And he firmly shakes your hand. Like, this guy is just like actually roll insights with disadvantage. You're not super familiar with the customs around here? This guy seems like a bit of a stiff to you.
Well, Talus still kind of, gives it a firm shake, strong grip it. And he heads on over to the boxing pit.
Yeah, well, it's a... Well, I mean, it's like... it's like boxing / wrestling.
So yeah, pretty much immediately gets Talus's interest.
Yeah. Like the guy who goes up against you, he looks to be probably like an off-duty guardsman, and he looks to be. You recognize sort of the posture. Like trained soldier, but doesn't seem to see a lot of action. So yeah, he's going to roll an athletics check, and I will ask you to do the same. Just one moment while I switch him to whisper, because why do NPCs not whisper up there by default?
All right.
He rolled pretty well.
All right.
You match him. Like, you two are very evenly matched.
Talus is actually grinning through it all, and he just says, "Very impressive."
You're not too bad yourself, big man. And then go ahead and roll one more athletics check just to break the tie, and he will do the same. He leans a little bit too far into it, and you're able to sort of fade out of it, and then you get him in a leverage hold. Like, he struggles for a bit before just finally just tapping out.
Talus lets him go, and when he drops him to the mat, he helps the guy back up to his feet.
Not bad, big man.
Well, to be fair, I believe you had somewhat of a disadvantage. Actually, like, how tall is this guy compared to Talus?
I don't know. How tall is Talus?
7'3".
Yeah, he's a good 1.5 feet shorter than you.
Good 1.5 feet and maybe, I don't know, 50 pounds less than him.
Yeah.
So yeah, Talus, he gives him the benefit of the doubt that he probably was in an unfair fight to begin with. But yeah, he pats him on the back and crawls out of the wrestling pit.
Like, the soldier does the same. He goes for like a water skin, and then he's got with his stuff.
But yeah, he after Talus is out, he looks to Rudy and says, "Now, you said something about a pie eating contest?"
Yes, you would probably win it as well.
Why don't you get... You sure you don't want in on any of these activities? You're just happy to watch?
I'll pass. And she just pulls out a book and begins leafing through it again as she finds somewhere to just lean against the wall and wait for him to have his fun.
And Talus shrugs and he says, "Fair enough. Just keep an eye out. You never know when a job may come around."
I am always observant.
But yeah, and he, at the suggestion of Rudy, decides to go for the pie eating contest next.
Yes. Okay. So, so you sit down with about 4 other people, and a whole bunch of pie that seems to be pomegranate flavored, and several mugs of water that are just like are just like placed on the table in front of you. And then like having to come up with NPCs on the fly here. Yeah. Let's say a satyr. Yeah, a satyr like comes up and stands in front of you and holds out a whistle.
Holds out a what? Sorry.
A whistle.
Ah.
All right. No throwing stuff up behind your table. No pausing. No spilling stuff on the ground. 3, 2, 1. And you dig in. And okay, roll a Constitution check. I said check, but it doesn't make a difference for you since it's the same aim. So I'll let it go for now.
Sorry about that.
Yeah,
I'm used to it being a save.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah. Hey, so yeah, you plow through it no problem, and like the pie is pomegranate flavored, which like a lot of the stuff here appears to be like. Pomegranate is a very prominent crop in this area.
Basically, the main export, I imagine.
Well, I mean, it's a small town; doesn't really do a whole lot of export, but it's definitely like the main staple.
Fair enough. Could do a lot worse.
It is to this area what apples are to the west.
I mean, could do a lot worse than pomegranate.
Yeah. I've never actually had pomegranate, and I just know it's they were very big in ancient Greece. Thanks.
They look tasty.
But yeah, anyway. Hey, so yeah, you're plowing through it, no problem. Let's see how the others do. Okay. First, the big guy. Okay, so there's a really fat guy who's sitting right next to you, who's not going quite as fast as you, but he's making some headway. Next, really skinny girl, she looks human, but something's a little bit off about her. Is going on, she's matching you bite for bite.
Wow. Impressive.
Yeah, like, she appears to be human, but although, like, she looks in all aspects to be human. But anyway, next is a very muscular red-headed man. Who gags on eggs like a few bites in, and has to and spits it out and gets disqualified. Not least is a large minotaur man. And who starts off strong but loses steam real fast. So yeah, like you are. So yeah, like you and this human and this you and this young human girl are going neck for who are neck for neck right now. Like, and they, like, you just keep eating and eating until eventually you both fit clean off the tables in front of you, and then and at about the same time, and then you just collapse. And the judge looks between you two, and shrugs and said, seems to be a tie.
Ah, damn it.
So, you each, goddamn it, we only had one prize. Someone get another one. And then, like, he brings out the prize. It is a skin full of the finest quality wine produced this year.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Like they have to go dig it. So they have to go dig up another one, and then they hand you each one.
All right. So water skin of wine, yeah.
Yeah, water skin of very high quality wine, and this is locally made stuff. So you are aware that it needs to be mixed with water before you drink it, or else it's ridiculously strong.
All right, makes sense. So yeah, Talos takes that. He gives a small congratulations to the girl and heads back off towards Rudy.
Oh, are you done?
You are stuffed.
I think I'm going to be working that off for a bit. On the plus side, he shows her the water skin. Got some rather nice locally produced wine.
Should be able to sell that for a decent price.
That or enjoy it, but you do have a point. We need the money.
She finishes the page she's reading and then closes her book and puts it away. Anything else you want to do today?
Maybe let's just take a stroll around the town. Just enjoy ourselves a little. We've been walking nonstop here since.
So your solution for walking non-stop is to walk more.
He just shrugs.
Rudy begins walking.
Talos just, he chuckles and shrugs.
We'll come back to you two. We will come back to you two later, but for now, let's go to last but certainly not least. We dial out and we come in on a raccoon person, who is in yet another part of the festival. Rick, what are you up to?
The Mapash is pretty curious about what is going on right now, and he's actually a little short stack with his 4-feet 8 height. The heck is this?
Does he ask that out loud?
Yeah.
Like a passing in townsfolk. Let's say it's another dwarf. It's a party, friend. Enjoy yourself.
Rick was rather curious about the party that is going on and why they are actually partying. He has been not in contact with civilization since 7 years now. So, yeah.
Well,
he doesn't know what's going on.
So he tries to figure it out?
Yeah.
Well, okay, why don't you go ahead and roll an investigation check?
Oh, dear God. Investigation.
This won't be a difficult one.
Hold on.
He has to investigate if this is a party. That's hilarious.
Well, I think he's trying to figure out why they're having a party. Yeah, that's enough. You get the sense that it's because they had a good harvest this year, so they're throwing this party to thank the gods for it.
I see. So, he's looking around, still curious, while finally figuring out why the party was going on. But why do they do that?
And do you ask that?
Yeah, he is pretty much hard to think whether quietly for himself.
Well, while thinking, what else are you going to do?
Much looking curiously around, following the sense with his nose. Maybe he is stumbling upon something interesting for him.
Well, might as well do it with the whole party. You do stumble across as a what looks like a young redheaded satyr, or who's offering to tell people's fortunes.
Peter.
And yeah. So Silo, you see this raccoon man. Roll intelligence to see if you know what he is. You see Mapak approaching you.
Alrighty. Can I do a perception check on him to see what he has, like stuff particular?
Go ahead.
Alrighty.
Jesus. Can I do this one?
So Rick, I want you. I want you. She sees that Silo. You see every weapon he's got holstered, every piece of equipment he's got strapped to him, and you have a pretty good idea of what shampoo he used.
Okay, how
Pretty much
armed are you, Rick? Just tell me that right now. How armed are you?
Well, just a longbow that is visible on his back, and since you had a very good perception check, you can see two hidden flintlocks within his patched vest.
Okay. Silo's brows gives one of her brows raises as she shows interest in this. I don't know how to call it, what to call you exactly, but I'll just call you Raccoon Man for right now. Sorry, I don't remember the race, but she looks interested at the very least. She motions you over even. Hello, may I read your fortune?
You want to read the mapper's fortune? Questions he out loudly as he approaches her. He looks rather confused about that. And since he got closer to you, can you see that most of the things he has on him are second-hand? Let's say it that way.
Still looks interested, but it's fading a little bit as she got closer, just a little bit. Yes, I just wanted to check on for a little bit. I see something a little bit odd, so strange, and then she moves a hand a little bit, gesturing for him to come a little bit closer even.
He does. It's also not his first time seeing a satyr, so he knows what she is.
So, then stands up a little bit, but due to his, I'm guessing, small height, but something. She does
Why?
go 4'8". Okay, so it's still pretty small height. She kneels a little bit to pat him down almost, and she's like, "Wow, okay, that's interesting." And she just does this She's just patting you down for no reason. Oh, if I can, she's gonna go for your coin pouch.
Well,
Okay,
the first
hold
thing.
on. And so, yeah. Roll sleight of hand against Rick's perception.
Okay.
You first.
Well, I did lose, so it's okay.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I have 15
don't-
perception,
I
so.
I don't think Rick could lose that even if he got a natural one.
Oh, damn, that's depressing, actually. My rolls are not on the right areas.
Are you trying to mock me?
Hmm.
Wait, sorry. Are you trying to mock the Mapash? Was he asking her as he steps back from her?
Not exactly. I haven't seen one of your kind around here, and I only read them in books, so I was kind of interested, is all. She just gives a small shrug.
Your hand almost went for where the Mapash keeps his valuables.
I don't recall that. But I don't know where you keep your pouch, actually. It's just what it is. She's a small shrug at that.
Or Wyatt Satyr.
With that said, still motions and sits down. Regardless, if you want to read a fortune, let me know. She gives a small smile to him.
Okay. Rick shakes his head simply after that interesting encounter, and he marches on from her. Not really interested in letting his fortune get in it. What a wired person that was. Oh yeah. That's pretty much it, I guess.
So you moved on from Silo?
Yep.
Well, Silo, as the raccoon man moves up and moves on, on what looks like an elf girl and an enormous lion man, and they walk by. Hey, Rudy and Talos, you see a fortune teller.
Talos gives a good look at this and crosses his arm and actually tilts his head a little bit. Rudy, is this one of those fortune teller things I've heard about?
What is? Rudy is still walking. She hasn't even noticed.
Back here, little buddy.
She glances over to Cilio and then says, sure, have fun. I'll be over here. And then she goes back to her book and continues reading.
Sorry for my companion. She marches to the beat of her own drum, I believe the term is.
It's a very accurate term, it seems. How can I help you today?
So you're a fortune teller, correct?
That I am, and you have a very interesting aura around you.
Well, I believe that's the first time anyone's remarked on my aura. I'm not entirely sure how this fortune teller stuff works. In truth, I believe this is the first I've ever seen a fortune teller.
It's pretty simple. It depends on the fortune telling. Dealing cards. So I can read it based off whatever you shuffle, and then we can go from there. I do have two different prices. I have 3 copper just for a basic, like, future read. A more questionable read, as in, like, ask a question and I'll look into it. The future either. It could just be about a dream past. A lot of things that can do with fortune telling. Learn more about yourself or about things around you.
All right then. I suppose it doesn't hurt to at least, well, ask. I suppose this seems interesting enough.
Alrighty. And then she motions to the deck of cards and motions for your question.
Well, perhaps this will seem a little silly, but I suppose I should ask. Will I become legendary?
Scylla gives like a coy smile almost. But she nods, and then she motions for you to shuffle the deck that's in front. Her eyes go to a close, and she preps for the fortune.
Alright. Tellus does just that.
Right.
And when he's done, he passes it back to you.
Alrighty. The lion with a heart of gold, one that wants to be legendary. Let's see what your future holds. And then she flips over the first card. First card in question will be the Ace of Shields. She spoke out loud. It's opportunity, rising for the occasion, and able to take it by the face.
Interesting.
This represents you, whether you're the opportunity or whether you're going to take the opportunity. That means that you will have your chance when time comes. She spoke with a confidence there around her, and then she moves on to the next card. Shall I continue then?
By all means.
She flips over the next card, and she speaks out again. The Two of Swords. God, this is a little bit. It's in this position. It just means you're emotional. You can't handle too much excitement at once. I'm too sure. It goes for. She mumbles as she tries to figure out how this would correlate with what your opposition is. But this is what you have going against you. It's lack of information. Just too much at once at the same time.
Talus just gives you a shrug.
But let's move on. And then she pulls out the third card, and the card is okay. This represents your past. This question is the Ace of Hammers again. She spoke with a raising brow. Victory and public recognition. You want to be victorious. You want to be the best. You're a very competitive air about you, let's just say.
Well, that's not entirely untrue.
Well, legends have to have stories written about him now.
They have to be.
And lastly, we'll get to the future. She pulls out the last card. And the last card she sees is... Okay. It is the Queen of Hammers, she spokes. Energetic and curious, but not sure how that would... Maybe you're always looking around and trying to figure out how to become legendary? It doesn't really give you a definite answer for this kind of question. This reading's a little bit foggy for some reason. I'm sorry. I won't charge you anything.
Perhaps it's that mysterious aura you said I have.
I did say that, didn't I? She gives a small smile to that grateful smile.
So, from your reading, you're saying that that perhaps it's because of my competitiveness and my eagerness to prove myself, I may be going towards an uncertain future.
I always say this about fate. Fate can always change. It's just how you change. It depends on how you manipulate. So, knowledge of it always helps. And that's what I try to do.
Well, regardless of what fate has, I know where my destiny lies.
There's that confident air again. She smirks.
Well, thank you for your time, Miss. I apologize. I didn't seem to get your name.
Didn't I introduce myself? I am Silo.
I am Talos Firemane. I'm sure you'll be hearing the name soon in the future.
Oh, I can't wait to see it.
Well, good day, Miss Cielo. And Talos leaves and returns to Rudy.
Huh? Welcome back.
Well, that was certainly interesting.
It's all a bunch of hooey anyway. Shall we go?
As
Yes,
you
let's.
say that, at the bell like a loud bell starts ringing, and people start heading towards the town, sort of the town square. Most of you don't really know. You know what this is for. Silo, you know it means that the noble in charge is about to make the big basically it's the toast of the night. Like they're gonna make the big offering to the gods and all that.
Okay. So starts packing up her stuff and heads over there.
Yeah, and I assume all the rest of you do as well, because literally everyone's headed there.
Sure.
Pretty much.
Yeah, Talos probably imagines it's going to be something interesting since there's a festival going on.
Talos has to more than once pull Rudy out of the way as she nearly walks into someone.
Yeah. Heaven, I assume you're going there as well?
Most likely, Heaven will be passing through.
Yeah. So as you get there, there's a huge bonfire in the middle of town square. And on this big makeshift altar, there appears to be a rotting pig carcass, of all things. And now standing in front of all that is this woman. I need to refresh because a lot of the picture links are broken. 1 second.
You pull Rudy out of the way again once more, Talos.
Oh, Rudy. Always lost in your books.
Sorry? Who are you?
Sorry, it's... No, it was out of character.
But yeah, Talos just says, "Is that book that much of an engaging read?"
Not really. It's just theoretical physics.
Sounds complicated.
It's E equals m6c squared plus the square root of an isosceles triangle and Pythagoras' theorem.
Okay. Actually taking class out of character. I'm actually taking classes and stuff this semester, and and you just spouted a whole bunch of nonsense.
Yes, I know. It
No,
wasn't meant to make sense.
No, here's the thing. What she's saying is making sense. This is just how Talos hears through his perspective. It makes no sense to him.
It's not meant to make sense because he's not going to understand it.
Yeah, so in reality, what she's saying does make sense if someone... What she's saying about it's just through his filter.
Actually, even if you knew about it, it probably wouldn't make sense because she's just muttering incoherently about what she's reading and it's all disjointed.
Yeah. So... Okay, I'm sorry for the pause. I'm running into slight technical issues here. That being my computer's signal.
I mean, you don't really need to know about it, Talos. It just,
Okay.
Not really, no.
You asked.
Yeah, because, well, I mean, we're just kind of, moving towards where everyone else is going. We're gonna just strike up a conversation.
Alright. Can we get some books in this town?
Sure thing,
If
buddy.
they have a store.
Yeah.
I'm sure they do. We'll see what they have in store.
Okay. She turns the page.
So, anyway, okay, I'm just gonna continue with the scene, and I'll show you the picture of the woman when I can. And so the woman, it's a young halfling woman. Looks kind of in the halfling equivalent of her late 20s. It's like she stands up in front of the growing crowd and says, "So, everyone have a good time?" And the crowd goes, "Yeah!" And Zillow, you actually know this woman. This is Lady Hilna, well-respected aristocrat from the city. Like, she's kind of in charge of this area. Of the city. Okay, do you see that picture?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, good. A lot of picture links are broken on my screen right now. So I'm flying a little bit blind.
Okay.
But yeah, we can see that fine.
So,
You've just a warning. You've got about an hour left before we have to end, because I'll need at least 30 to prep.
I got you. We're all good. So, fun as a party is, the main point of a festival is, all of course, is to honor the twins for giving us this year's wonderful bounty. So, and she grabs the pig carcass and just throws it into the fire. "Enjoy, girls!" She just yells in the sky. And like the fire just suddenly burns just a little bit brighter after she throws in the rotting pig carcass. And now a moment of silence. All right. All right. Now we start drinking, and mugs of ale passed out. Talos, I'm guessing you've been tuning all this out.
More or less.
Yeah.
I mean, he hears it, but it's just more of, roll of the eyes, and just he goes along with it.
Yeah. So, like, basically, mugs of more of the locally produced wine, properly mixed with water this time. Are passed around. And she takes one and just raises it in front of the crowd. To the gods! And the crowd chants back, to the gods! And then okay, so who take then everyone takes a drink. Now, among you, Rudy, do you take a drink?
No, I'm busy reading.
Silo, do you take a drink?
I do.
Heaven, do you take a drink?
No.
Talos, do you take a drink?
He takes a sniff of his drink first. He's waiting to see. He just kind of like, I would say survival instincts, but just wait for everyone to drink first before he drinks to see what happens.
Rick, do you take a drink?
Actually, curiously sniffing on the drink, not knowing what it really is. Not so sure if it's okay or not.
So Silo is the only one who takes a drink.
For now, yes.
And in that case, Silo, I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Alrighty.
I mean, if Rudy...
Oh dear! That's not good.
I mean, if Rudy had had the drink, that would have been fun, but she's busy reading. She wouldn't really... She doesn't drink. She doesn't do alcohol in general. Dallas can confirm this.
Hey, have saved you, because... Okay, Silo, you're out like a light, as is everyone around you, as everyone who took a drink, including the Baroness, suddenly collapses and just falls unconscious.
Talos just he kind of jumps back a little in surprise as he looks at it. He's like, wow, this must be some very strong stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, you took a sniff of it, right?
Yeah, he sniffs it.
Roll intelligence. Real fast.
Well, I break even on intelligence, so...
No, just to see if you know what it is. Yeah, this wine smells a little bit weird. And before you get any further, suddenly a hole opens up in the ground next to where Lady Hilna has also fallen over unconscious. And out jumps a group of goblins. And as they surround her and begin grabbing at her.
Well now, Talos drops the mug. Rudy, look alive.
Oh, okay. She closes the book and gets out a spellbook. Alright, I'm ready when you are. She's reading her spellbook with the same bored expression she was reading the other book. By the way.
Right.
Wake had sniffed on it, and upon seeing what happened, that he dropped the drink. And when the goblins jumped out...
Indeed. I need everybody to roll initiative. Real fast. Just to see if you can react faster than the goblins, because you may or may not.
Yes.
As a reminder for you, Wedward, you can't use the turn order thing unless the people can click on their tokens.
I know, like I'm just
I'm just reminding you. That's all.
like. Okay. So, right. So, Rick and Heaven, Evan, like you see the goblins surrounding Lady Hilna and like starting to just group up to pick her up. You have one action to react, and like they're starting to drag her back towards the hole. You have one action to react act before they get away.
I meant to click info, but I'm gonna
Rick.
might as well.
Well, Rick. Well, not Rick first. Rick first.
Yeah, I know. It was an accident.
Yeah.
Well, he drops the drink, of course, and the first thing that he does is draw his bow and take a pot shot.
Okay. That unfortunately that misses them, but like they turn around and see you, and when like the goblin you shot at like turns around and see you, and shit, and shit, some of them are still awake. Go, and and they start just scrambling for the hole all the faster. So Heaven,
It's in the hole.
As a spell.
Yeah. Since I can't use Thunderwave without hurting Lady Hilna, I decide to cripple at least one of them with Dissonant Whispers.
Dissonant Whispers? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, this has a chance. Go ahead, roll, and we'll see what happens.
Alright, what do I roll?
Should be there should be a thing in like your.
Oh yeah, I was looking at the wrong thing.
Yeah, there should be a thing on your attack list.
And since I'm gonna use level 1.
And okay, let's see if their wisdom is a flat 0. So let's see how this goes. I'm sorry, that's a natural 20.
How is that? I don't.
God.
How did that happen?
These goblins. And what happened? What happened? And was as the rolls, like he looks at you and says, "I mean, okay, sure, we'll run." And then they yank Baroness Hilna back into the hole, and you can hear the echoes of them just running away. Now, Silo, I'm sorry to say, you're still out like a light. Are you there? Neku?
I said that's fair. That's what I said.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, like the goblins had turned, and they used their turn to basically drag Hilna back into the tunnel they made and bolt away with her. Okay, so next is Rudy. What are you about to do now?
Well, I'm going to kick Cilio just to try and wake her up. Would that be a bonus action or an action?
The description of the thing is it'd be an action to shake her awake.
All right, I'm not shaking her awake though. I'm just giving her a kick.
Well, yeah, but same thing. Like it's an action to wake her up.
That'll be my turn.
Okay. Okay, the goblins are gone, so I'm gonna say the turn. The turn order is now irrelevant. And okay, what's everyone doing?
After that, Talus immediately starts investigating the hole that the goblins just went down.
Heaven's doing the same.
It looks like the finest goblin architecture, which it is to say, it looks like it's held up by hope, by tape, and good luck, more or less.
Just spit tape and good luck.
Yeah.
Mud and good luck.
Yeah.
Actually,
like, it's the finest in goblin architecture.
Huh. It looked like they might have been planning this for quite a while.
Why?
Well, why would a goblin do anything like this? Food, resources, maybe they could get a ransom for whoever this lady was.
Who cares? Let's go after them. Rick collects the arrow that he missed.
You should know that the hole is goblin-sized, so for some of you it might be a little bit hard to fit in there. By some of you, I'm Talos.
Oh.
First, maybe we should try and wake everyone up so we can figure out where exactly these goblins came from.
At least wake one of them up. If we try and wake everyone up, who knows what'll happen to her ladyship.
By the way, by the way, Rick, you took a sniff. Actually, no, you don't know what wine. You don't really know what wine smells like. So you probably wouldn't know what was weird about it.
Nah, I didn't have rolled an intelligence check.
Yeah. Okay, so you wake someone up.
Rudy did kick Celio awake, yeah?
Yeah. Celio stretches for a minute and she just has this confused look around her. What happened?
You see everyone else except these four collapse around you. Like they're all just like unconscious on the ground. And there's a big hole in the ground next to the altar, and Lady Hilna is nowhere to be seen.
Lady Hilna? She's gone? Where is she?
Well,
Rick responds first. Goblins took the halfling. The Mappas wants to hunt them down.
Goblins? Oh. Head. Think. Don't know why they would do that, but I know she's a... Well, other than just regular kidnapping, she does have a high authority over this land.
That's interesting.
I know.
No, I'm talking about Heaven thing.
Oh.
Sorry, do you have anything to say? More to say, Philip?
No, that's about it. And
No.
that was accurate. I think that was accurate.
no, I will say Talus does speak up, and he says, Cielo, was it? My apologies, my memory is bad.
Oh, yes, it is.
No one can agree on how to pronounce your name.
But yeah, Talus says, do you know where they perchance were keeping the wine for this little celebration?
I'm not actually from this area. I'm nearby, but As for where they keep it, I'm not too sure. I would assume it was self-produced.
Yeah.
So for someone who, well, Heaven is looking for someone who might know about goblins.
Oh yeah, regarding that, Heaven, and roll investigation. This is not going to be an easy one because someone who looks like they might know about goblins is not often a visible quality. Let us say.
Heaven?
Dream.
Yeah.
Roll investigation to look for someone who looks like they know about goblins.
All right.
And this was going to be a hard one, and you find a guardsman who was knocked out. He was he's in uniform. He's he's probably been watching everyone coming and going.
Is he out?
Yes, he is.
Hmm.
He basically stopped for a moment to join in the toast.
Heaven's gonna grab a hold of this guard's shoulder and slaps him across the face to wake him up.
What happened? What happened? Oh God, I'm gonna lose my job.
Easy. Goblins struck the town with the wine.
Why?
Lady Hilna has been taken.
Oh my God, I'm gonna lose my job.
Calm down. Calm down.
Yeah, this guard is busy freaking out because this technically happened under his watch.
I slap him again.
Ugh.
Look, we can try and we can fix this, but we need to know: has there been any goblin dens in the area, or any unusual?
I mean, there were a couple goblins came into town yesterday. They were they just were just traveling merchants, so we let them in.
Traveling merchants.
Yeah.
Did they cause any trouble while they were here?
I mean, no.
Did they bring anything with them?
Well, they brought their wares. As it was like a wagon full of silks, I think.
Did you or your men check the wagon for anything suspicious?
Well, of course we did. It was just silks.
Is there any other goblins that you can think of that would dare kidnap our leadership?
No. I mean, those goblins. I mean, I mean, the goblin merchants. I mean, they came through the eastern. They came through the. They came through the eastern gate. Gate, if that helps any.
So there's a chance they may have come from the east.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean.
Does he look like he might have an
inkling? He looks like just a low-level grunt guard. Like, this is you figure you're pretty sure this is all the information you're going to get out of him.
Heaven sighs and said, "Go and wake up the guards. I'll see if I can round some people to help find this caravan of goblin merchants." And she air quotes the merchant part.
And right. And No, all right, and I mean, I assume they went through that hole.
Yes, but not all of us can fit through that. And from the looks of it, if even one of us could go in there, there's a chance of a cave-in.
And no, right as you say that, at the tunnel collapses. And you have it's like the tunnel just collapses in its entirety. It just the whole thing caves in, and it leaves just a nice little trench in the ground, and like a very visible trench.
Oh, which way does the trench lead?
It leads in a rather humorous squiggly line, and all around town, and almost as if they didn't really know where they were digging. And then it starts heading out east.
Well, I guess you were right about them coming from the east. She then looks to the guard. Wake up your guards and have them wake up the town. She then goes off and sees
Right.
who.
And
Go ahead.
he's like looking at you like, "Who even?" As he goes up, have to wake up the other guards.
Once this was done, Heaven goes to let's say the lion man first, and clears his throat to get his attention.
Yes.
I'm planning on following that trench to where the goblins may have taken Lady Hilna. Though I have a feeling I won't be able to battle all those goblins alone. Would you and your companion like to join me for this venture?
Talus strokes his chin. Hey, Rudy.
Yeah?
How do you feel about sacking a goblin encampment?
How are we splitting the gold?
I should say so.
You're going to go even if I say no, aren't you?
He just kind of gives a smile and a shrug.
Yes, I'm coming to.
Alright, well, you have me and my companion. Oh, since we'll be working together, my name is Talos. Talos Firemane.
Heaven, bows her head in acknowledgement and greeting as she introduces herself. My name is Heaven. And your friend is Rudy, you said?
Well, that's what I call her. It's her nickname, but she can introduce herself.
My full name is Rudy on LSA.
Heaven, once again, bows her head in respect to Rudy. I look forward to working with you, Lady Elise. She then looks to Rick and CeeLo. What about you two? Can either of you fight?
Does it look like the Mabash can't fight? He holds his whole long bow up.
You want to go hunt some goblins?
Of course the Mabash wants to hunt the goblins down.
Heaven then looks to CeeLo. Are you a fighter, miss, or do you wish to remain and see to this town?
Nothing will be done if I remain here. If I can, I'll come with you.
Looks like we are in accord. Shall we get going, or do you want to grab some things?
Mappa's just good to go.
I believe everything is in order for me. What about you, Rudy?
I always have my book on hand, in case you get into trouble.
And Miss Sater?
CeeLo. I'm fine. We can get going now if you wanted to.
Heaven removes her veil and is like, well, I'm ready. Shall we go?
Let's.
Redwood?
So, the trench leads into it's into the it's into well, it winds around a lot even after you leave the city. Like, this is a goblin tunnel. Well, it was never going to be super neat as such. But it leads generally to the east into a nearby forest nearby the town. Until and eventually it comes to a, and eventually as you keep moving, you eventually you get to the end of you get to the end of the tunnel. And it's in at the end of the forest. And well, the goblins had a bit of a head start on you, so you can't see them anywhere. But I would like all of you, everyone who's proficient in survival, I would ask you to make a survival check. Okay. Okay, appropriately enough. Rick, you see, like, plenty of broken twigs and disturbed dirt leading up. Like, the goblins weren't exactly being delicate.
They're heading this way.
You pick up their trail.
He points to the direction they are going.
Yeah. And as you go, you begin to hear yelling, and from someone who's not a goblin. And like, people saw you. Like, are you joking? I specifically said that no one should see you. You didn't tell us there would be a giant lion man there. So I'd say we're even. Now give us our money. The master is not going to be happy about this.
I'm going to jump out, and when we get close, I'm going to jump out and cast magic missile at the first person I see.
Right. Well. Right. Well. Well, you eventually come across the encampment and roll. And roll. You know what? Go ahead and roll the magic missile damage. We'll see how this goes.
I got 3 of them.
Yeah, I know.
So if the first one kills, I can redirect the other 2. Just bear that in mind.
I can guarantee you it's not going to kill, but go ahead and roll anyway. I mean, I can guarantee you that the first one's not going to kill. That is. All 3 of them together. So, you come across the goblin camp and like okay, so so there's a Marius Hilna is Lady Hilna is like just tied.
I mean, I won't attack her. I know what she looks like. You know.
Yeah, no, you're good. But so Hilna is tied up on the ground, and there are about 5 goblins there, along with one cloaked figure. I mean, his features are obscured, but he's about the right size to be human. And he was about to hand a bag of money to one of the goblins, but you just killed that goblin. And so, like, he's just standing there, like, holding a bag of money in the air. And like he just the hooded man and all the goblins just slowly turn to look at the 5 of you.
Hi.
Talos gives a grin and waves to them as well. Well, he waves to them.
Okay, so the goblins are all gonna bolt. And one of them's gonna make one of them makes a swipe for the coin. For the coin pouch, still in the hooded and cloaked man's hands. And I'm gonna roll dexterity for the goblin to see how well he does.
I like to cast Dancing Light right in front of the goblin's peripheral, in front of the goblin's vision to startle it.
Yeah, so that one goblin, but the goblin grabs the
magic missile.
Leave some alive.
Oh, for God. Okay, guys, let me finish describing the scene first. The goblin makes... Actually... Okay, go ahead and roll initiative, everyone.
Way to blow the advantage here.
I mean, if he's making a grab for the coin pouch, I'm going to stop him from grabbing it. I'm not going to just stand there while he grabs the pouch and then dashes away.
Well, fine. You get off your assault. That's it does not succeed in killing him.
Okay.
God damn it! Like so many picture links are broken. That's annoying.
They're probably not broken. They're probably just still loading.
No, it's got the broken link. Yeah, they've been quote unquote still loading for about 2 hours now, so I think they're broken. Like
question.
Kind of weird connection issue tonight.
Yes, Rick.
But so the
I have heard. Sorry.
Slowly. So one moment.
Advantage on initiative votes. Does it mean I need to vote twice, or
yes.
How does it work?
Roll twice.
Wait, no.
I take the 13.
Okay. So you're a revised ranger then.
Yes, I am a revised.
You did not tell me that in advance. You really should have.
I was assuming you knew that I was going for the UA version.
Well, we'll discuss it. We'll take care of that some other time. Anyway, so one other thing. Where is it? So, yeah, the goblin. So, one moment while I write all this down. Okay.
Sorry about that, Alex. I didn't realize that one was still up loud.
No worries.
So. Yep. One moment while I.
I don't think the combat will last 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, it will most certainly not. Like.
Just a heads up.
All right. So. So. The. Goblin. So. The goblins are all, ends are all bolting. They're now one bolted away, and the goblin you hit with the magic missile, Udi, the second magic missile.
Mm-hmm.
He's still alive, and he succeeded in grabbing the coin, in the coin pouch. Ouch! And now, he is also bolted away. And the cultist, I'm sorry, you're not supposed to know that yet. That the hooded figure, he has a scimitar drawn. Just to set the scene, he's got a scimitar drawn, and he's got the point at Hilna's throat. She's still unconscious. Don't come any closer, scum. CeeLo, your turn first.
Is just a question real quick. Is the goblin with the coin still within range?
Well, you're out of spell slots, I think.
I just need to know if he's in range or out of range.
Well, he bolted in the opposite direction in from you, so he'd be about 60-ish feet away right now.
Okay.
Yeah, he took the time to grab the coin purse, so he didn't dash.
Okay. It's your turn, Dream.
No.
Neku.
It's Neku's turn, and you talk.
I'm sorry, but I wanted to know if the goblin was in range because that's important.
Your turn.
Okay. Well, I can't do anything anyway because I don't have any spells to help me in the scenario. So I'm gonna pass my turn.
Woody is next.
Yes, but that information might have been important for CeeLo's turn as well, because I didn't know what she would be doing, and she might have wanted to go after the goblin too.
Well, if she would
Okay.
know, then you would ask it. Now stop talking over people. It's annoying enough when you do it in your campaign.
Okay.
That is my turn now.
Okay then. So now it is Rudy's turn. Rudy, it is now your turn. Oh. Yep, that hits him, and that goblin is dead.
I'm not
the other
gonna.
goblins see that, they shriek and they keep running.
And then I'm gonna duck behind a tree and get into cover.
All right then. Next on the list is the man in the hood. So he presses his star up against Hilna's throat, and he's like, none of you come any closer. And a bunch of dark, a whole bunch of dark, purple flames start flickering around him. And just flickering through the air around him. And he's waiting for he's seems to be trying to scare you all off by holding this woman hostage. And that's his turn. So next up on the list is Rick.
How much distance is between him and the group?
You're about 30 feet. You're about 30 feet away from him.
Oh, guess what happens?
What?
Wick drops. Wick actually puts a flintlock pistol out of his pocket and shoots at him.
And
Also,
you do not. I'm. Okay, so you're going by revised Ranger rules. Let me look.
yes.
I believe. Let me look something up real fast. Yeah, I can't find the revised Ranger sheet right now.
Hang on, let me help you out on that one. Because I haven't.
Okay. The link I usually use has gone dead.
It's a revised one.
Okay, so I'm sorry to say you do. Well, the cultist has already had his turn, so you do not. So you do not get advantage on this. You just miss.
I know.
Okay, Heaven, your turn.
Okay. Since I don't have any long-range weaponry, I am going to cast Dissonant Whispers again.
Okay, go ahead.
Yep.
See what we got. Ooh, this is gonna hurt him.
Yes.
I'm sorry to say he just passes, so he only takes half of that.
Damn it.
But that still hurt him like a motherfucker. Like he starts bleeding from the nose.
Well, at least I injured part of his brain.
Yeah. He looks panicked, like he's in a bind, and like his sword point is still at Helena's throat, but he's shaking a little bit. Okay, Talos, your turn.
All right, so so far I'm getting the hint that he's not waiting for us to act, right? He's used his turn to do something, right?
Yes.
Basically, I'm asking, has he basically prepared an action beforehand or something?
He has used. I will say that. Well, you don't know.
Well, yeah, I don't know, but he's kind of been shot and everything. So, anyway.
Yeah, like all you know is that a bunch of purple flames started burning around him.
All right, and the gold that that the goblin was carrying, is that just kind of lying on the forest floor somewhere?
Yeah. Probably with the goblin's dead body.
All right. So I'm let's see. I think I'll say yeah. Talos charges straight for the cultist and tries to tackle him straight in the ground.
Okay, as you get within 10... So you're charging straight at him. As you get within 10 feet of him, I'm going to have to ask you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, that is not enough. If you feel a sharp pain in your foot and you suddenly stop, you've stepped on some caltrops.
Ouch.
So you have no movement for the rest of this turn, but you still have your action. You're at half movement until all the damage is all healed, and you can't move at all for the rest of this turn. But you still have your action and bonus action.
All right, and how close am I to him?
You're about 10 feet away.
All right. Just need to quickly check something. All right, Talos pulls out his spear and chucks it at the cultist.
All right. So that spear takes him through his head. Or actually, wait, is this lethal or non-lethal?
Non-lethal.
Oh. Well, in that case, it takes him basically through his side. It seems to actually, no, you know what? Spears him in the gut, and well, you think you hit his kidney or something because he screams and then just seems to pass out from the pain, and the purple flames just sputter out. And you hear the rest of the goblins in the distance, kind of still running. If you want,
Kind of. Nah, I think we've got our man.
All right then. And that, well, if that is the case, then I assume you take the time to pick the caltrops out of your feet.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
How much damage did that do to me?
It only did like one damage.
Fair enough.
Yeah, like they're not there to do damage.
End of the combat, right?
Yeah, combat's over.
Ah, the map has missed the shot.
That's level 1 for you. Don't get too broken up about it.
I know. It's just in character.
Yeah. But anyway, so as you go to wake up, Hilna and pick up the hooded man, and with the weird purple fire powers, there's all of you make perception checks real fast.
All right.
I have advantage.
Okay, Rudy, Heaven, Rick, and Silo, everyone but Talos, you just happen to look up, and you see what looks like a shooting star in the sky. You have no idea. You have no idea what it actually is, but it looks pretty. So you pick. You pick up the 2 unconscious bodies. You drag them back into town, and that is where you're going to end this first session.
And the bag of gold. Don't forget that.
Yeah, it's got about 20 gold in it.
I was about to ask if any daggers or such were on the goblin or on the
Everyone
hooded
gets
person.
full gold each.
All right, cool.
So, that is the end of our procession. How'd you guys like it?
Not bad.
I had good fun.
I think slight rocky start, but it's the first session, and I think we'll all get into the groove of it as time goes on.
Yeah.
I'm giving the benefit of doubt here, and the only thing that I have to criticize is we need combat cards, maps at least, for tokens, for orders, and for range reference.
I agree.
I will keep that in mind. And oh, by the way, you've all leveled up.
Oh, nice.
Already?
Yes.
I didn't have to cast a spell.
And yeah.
Nice. Launch level characters. Level
Can I speak?
2.
Yes, you can speak.
Alright. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you for my game, Fractures of Reality, that will begin in roughly 45 minutes. See you all then. Bye bye.
See ya.
Bye.